this video, I'm gonna show you a stock whose price raised 220% more than the S&P 500 index in the last 5 years, and that in 2020 during pandemic, its price raised 26.89%. In 2020, S&P 500 index raised 17.88%, which is 33% lower than Triumph Bancorp. Triumph Bancorp is a small-cap Texas-based financial holding company offering traditional banking industry and provides asset management services. Have you ever wondered how much money you would have made in 2020 if you had bought this stock? Let me show you the numbers. $600 invested in any S&P 500 index fund became $707. The same amount invested in Triumph Bancorp shares became $761. If one had invested $2,400 in any S&P 500 index fund, that money would have been turned into $2,829. The same amount invested in Triumph shares became $3,045. $6,000 invested in any S&P 500 index fund became $7,072. The same amount invested in Triumph shares became $7,613. Triumph has a strong historical earnings growth. Triumph Bancorp came out with quarterly earnings of $1.17 per share, beating the estimate of $1.03 per share. This compares to earnings of 25 cents per share a year ago. These figures are adjusted for non-recurring items. This quarterly report represents an earnings surprise of 13.59%. A quarter ago, it was expected that this financial holding company would post earnings of 92 cents per share when it actually produced earnings of $1.32, delivering a surprise of 43.48%. Over the last 4 quarters, the company has surpassed consensus earnings per share estimates 4 times. Companies should show a track record of strong earnings growth over the previous 5 to 10 years. A company's earnings are its after-tax net income, also known as its profits. Earnings are the main determinant of a public company's share price because they can be used in only 2 ways. They can be invested in the business to increase its earnings in the future, or they can be used to reward stockholders with dividends. Triumph has a strong return on equity growth. The actual return on equity is about 13.1%, which is greater than the 5-year average of 8.3%. A company's return or equity measures its profitability by revealing how much profit a company generates with the money shareholders have invested. A good rule of thumb is to compare a company's present return on equity to the 5-year average return on equity of the company. Stable or increasing return on equity indicates that management is doing a good job generating returns from shareholders' investments and operating business efficiently. Triumph has a strong stock performance. It has been grown way above the S&P 500 index over the last 5 years. Its price has grown about 340%, which is 220% more than the S&P 500 index in the last 5 years. Stock performance is the measurement of a stock's ability to increase or decrease the wealth of its shareholders. Performance is typically measured by its fluctuation in price. When the stock price increases, the stock shows good performance. Conversely, a decrease in price is a poor performance. What's next for Triumph Bancorp? While Triumph Bancorp has outperformed the market so far this year, the question that comes to investors' mind is, what is next for the stock? There are no easy answers to this question, but one reliable measure that can help investors address this is the company's earnings outlook. Not only does this include current consensus earnings expectations for the coming quarters, but also how these expectations have changed lately. The current consensus earnings per share estimate is $1.02 on 104.6 $16 million in revenues for the coming quarter and $4.31 on $401.73 million in revenues for the current fiscal year. Click the button below to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos helping you have huge gains above the S&P 500 index in the stock market. See you in the next video. Take care.